Hello, fellow creators. Let me ask you something real quick. Why is it that we always wait for the perfect moment to go big, when the real magic happens in the smallest steps? You know, it is said that the journey to 1,000 miles always begins with the first step. I mean, come on. You don't just climb a mountain in one jump. Boom, you're done. No. What you do is you take one step at a time, traversing the land, going up it, one after the other, after the other. And before you know it, you look back and you're like, whoa, I really just did that? I cannot just believe that. Right? When we are at the bottom, we can look up and be like, oh my goodness, I got a far way to go. But that's not the way to do it. The true way to do it is to look down and take one step at a time. And before you know it, you will have achieved some amazing things. Now here's the problem. A lot of us wait for that perfect Hollywood moment to be like, voila, I'm inspired, I get it done, and then it's done. But the reality of the situation is, it rarely ever comes. I mean, I think about me. I always come up with excuses of, oh, once I get the gear, once I have the studio, once Mercury's in retrograde. Who knows? I mean, really, come on. Whatever excuse that you are creating for yourself, really stop it and just start small. One step, one task, one idea. Because in those tiny, almost invisible moves, they stack up and they create the big stuff. Look, let me keep it real with you. When I started creating videos, I didn't have all this stuff. All the video cameras and the mics and this and that. I only had a very, very, very small budget of whatever I was making. It was like $9 an hour. And I was just saving up, working on the things. But it still didn't stop me. I still figured out ways of resourcing things. And that's the truth of it, right? When you don't have exactly what you need, you activate that one thing that is absolutely needed. And that is your resourcefulness. And with that resourcefulness, you can see that it doesn't matter what you have. It actually is how creative you are. And then you just get even further and further, which is truly just, if you think about it, to the simplicity of it, it is the steps that you take. Those small, simple steps. I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record in this situation, but I'm gonna keep saying this because I know some people really need to hear this. You need to just know it doesn't start instantly as perfect. You build it slowly, one step at a time. But you know what? You still have to just do the work. Sometimes we wait for the perfectness, but it's in the imperfection and the unfinishedness that you find that you can really make a whole lot more progress than you might possibly imagine. So think about that project, that idea, the passion that's been living rent-free in your head. What is the one small step that you can take today to move it forward? Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you're ready. No, today. What can we do today? Get it done. I mean, come on, who are you fooling? Just yourself. Procrastination is not the way to go. Maybe it's just sitting down and writing a sentence, which then can lead to a paragraph, which then can lead to a full story or a chapter. I mean, let's be real. Chapter, then story. But maybe it is just setting up your workspace. You got to figure out what is the first step that you can take that might be so simple that you laugh about it and you're just like, you know what? I can get that done. Because what happens is once you take that first step, you realize, boom, that was easy. Then the next one, then the next one, then the next one. And before you know it, you're like, wow, I did all that? That's bananas. I know. But realistically, it starts all with that first step. Before you know it, those little steps are going to link and compound, and they become the big goal that you've been dreaming about, that you've been picturing in your head. But none of that happens if you just sit around waiting for the grand beginning, waiting to maybe hear the end of this. You gotta start. I hope that these speeches are gonna help you, motivate you to become more than what you are. Look, I know I want you to listen, but I also want you to act. reply. Let's start a conversation. What is stopping you? Not only that, what is your step one? Tell me your step one. Do your step one. Just start. So, are you going to take action? Or are you going to make no move? Because it really is only the small move today that is going to make the difference tomorrow. So, I plead with you. I'm begging you, please, don't let another day pass. Don't let another moment where you're saying, I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it then. Because you know what? Tomorrow, you're going to come up with the same excuses. You're going to say, I'm just really not feeling it. I'm going to just do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow. And then tomorrow. And then, before you know it, nothing's done. And a year goes by. 2 years go by. 3 years go by. And what could have been achieved today wasn't because of the words, I'll start tomorrow. So, I'm here to tell you, you got this. Take that step, then another, right? And I'll catch you on the top. Alrighty, you have a great one. Till next time, folks.